Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nathan. If you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode's a pre-fight show for UFC 228, Woodley versus Till for the UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. And also, want to apologize, there's a stupid cricket here somewhere making all this stupid noise right now, ruining, it's a hater of Nate's MMA Corner, I guess. Anyways, so hopefully the stupid cricket leaves, but yeah, it's making all this noise in the background. So I'll try to talk loud so you can hear me. Anyhow, yeah, so this is a pre-fight show of the main card with a quick rundown, and let's get started. So the main event, yeah, with predictions, and so yeah, the main event is for the UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Tyrone Woodley looking for another title defense against Darren Till. Darren Till is a young guy, undefeated, just had one draw against Nicholas Backstrom, Nicholas Dalby. My bad, Nicholas Dalby. Anyways, so yeah, he had that draw, and other than that, he's won all his matches. And this is going to be a good fight. It's a tough title defense for Woodley, but I think it's a doable fight for Woodley. I think Woodley wins on the takedowns. I think eventually in rounds 3, 4, and 5 he'll get some takedowns, which will be just enough for him to win a decision. I could see this either a split decision or a unanimous decision where it's like 48-47 sort of ordeal. So I got this being a close fight. I think the odds breakers have it as a close fight as well. I think Tyrone Woodley's wrestling is the difference maker here. I mean, Till has great jiu-jitsu skills and Till has great striking, but I think ultimately once Woodley finds his way with the wrestling, that'll be the difference maker, and it's hard to submit Woodley. Then in the co-main event, we have a women's strawweight clash with Jessica Andrade versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I'm picking Andrade by decision here. I think she gets takedowns once in a while, but I think Karolina gets back up on occasion. And I think this fight is kind of a mixed bag of standing and some takedowns. I think Jessica eventually just wears out Karolina in the later rounds and wins a decision here. Jessica Andrade has fought tough competition, so has Karolina. However, I think Jessica has fought the slightly tougher competition and has done just good, if not better, against that competition. So I'm going with Jessica on this one, but this is a tough fight. It's a close fight. The fans win on this one because it's a great matchup in the women's strawweight division. Then in the featherweight division, we have Zabit Magomedsharipov versus Brandon Davis. This should be a good fight for Zabit. I think it's a winnable fight. Brandon Davis, talented guy. However, I think that Sambo wrestling background of Zabit is what gets it done here, and I think he gets takedowns at will and wears out Brandon Davis and gets a decision win here. But I think Brandon Davis is definitely not going to go out without a fight, and that's why Brandon Davis could get finished here, but I don't see it happening. I think Zabit gets it done by decision, and we'll have to settle for that, which will be a good, clean win for Zabit. And then in the bantamweight division, we have Jimmy Rivera looking to get back on track after losing to Marlon Moraes against John Dodson. John Dodson's fought for the flyweight title a couple times, and he's doing okay in bantamweight. And I think I think John Dodson has great striking and pretty good takedown defense. So I got this fight for Jimmy Rivera, though. I think his wrestling, he might get a takedown or two, but I don't see him doing a whole lot with it. Just because Dodson's so good on the ground still. And then I think Jimmy Rivera used footwork and out points and out strikes Dodson all 3 rounds and en route to a unanimous decision victory. So yeah, I know what you're thinking right now. I'm picking everyone by decision on this fight. Are there going to be any finishes? Yes, I only see one finish on this pay-per-view. I think, yeah, to kick off this main card we have in the welterweight division, Abdul Razak Al Hassan versus Nico Price. And I'm picking Nico Price by 2nd round TKO. I think he has the slightly heavier hands. He's fought the tougher competition. Comparing, UFC records and what they've accomplished, I think Nico is slightly more accomplished, but Abdul is still getting his name out there, and I think after this, Abdul could win another fight or 2 after this. Assuming he loses this, I can picture him rebounding with a win or 2. But I think it'll be Nico Price night, and I got him winning by TKO in the 2nd round. I think there's a feeling out process in the 1st round with the strikes, and I don't see Abdul shooting for takedowns, which will just make Nico that much more comfortable in the striking department, and then land some good heavy jabs and maybe some heavy right hooks in the 2nd round for a 2nd round TKO. So there you have it. There's my predictions for UFC 228. And stay tuned in the coming days for my post-fight show for UFC 228. And hopefully the stupid cricket will be gone by then, and I won't have that noise in the background. So until then, as always, I will see you.